Hey friends, I know I'm not normally here on a Thursday, but here I am, Bethany Drew in Valparaiso, Indiana, with Stampin' Up! And I'm coming today because yesterday was my oldest son's birthday, and it was a really pretty day, so I took all my boys swimming, and we just kind of had a fun day, so that's where I was yesterday. But today this week I still wanted to show the cutest little GNOME for the Holidays stamp set. So, and I know holidays may be like, what? How can you already think about holidays? But the holiday catalog is coming live on August 1st, which is just a couple days around the corner here. And so soon you will be able to order from the holiday catalog, and I can't wait. Next week is my birthday, and I will be live still, and I'll probably show you the whale stamp set, but then something else holiday too. Because what better time to start thinking about your holiday cards, what you want, so you don't feel stressed when the holidays come. And I'm going to show you with the GNOME stamp set too how fun it is to still make, as you don't have to always think Christmas with the gnomes. So I'm going to show you a variety of cards that I've made that even show summer, fall, winter, and even spring-ish. So you can use these gnomes for every season if you want to. And you can keep it really simple, or with your big shot. I'm going to just show you all different kinds of things you can do. Keeping it easy, or stepping it up with the big shot with our dies, embossing folders, and different things you can do. And these are the last 2 days now. This is the last day to use my hostess code, but you still can order tomorrow, and with every $50 in your order, you can earn $5 coupons to use in August. And just with my pre-order alone, I won't even tell you how many. I earned a lot of $5 coupons that I can't wait to use. As a demonstrator, I'm so excited because the day before my birthday, on August 4th, we as demonstrators are able to order the new die cutting machine. So that's coming soon to you customers in September. And then us demonstrators can pre-order it in August. So I'm so excited to be able to get that and show you guys just some of the new features and how cute it is. And it folds up and so it's a little bit more compact. So I'm just excited about that too. So a lot of things to be excited about. But I try not to overwhelm you too much with all of the information at once. So, as you come on to say hello, I love having visitors, and I know I wasn't expecting a ton of people to come today just because I'm coming live on a different day than I normally do. But hopefully a few of you find me on this Thursday, on this rainy day. But let's switch around, and I'm going to do some show and tell first with a stamp set that was in last year's holiday. So let's look at some cute cards. This first thing. Okay. Alright, so again, you can order at thedrewdaily.stampinup.net. That is my website, my Stampin' Up! Business website that you can order at any time. And if you don't have catalogs, you can, like the annual catalog, you can look in there when you click on Shop Now. You can also click on anything that you want to see. So the online store, they're improving even now, which I'm excited about, and trying to make that better for everyone. And then this is the hostess code that's good through tonight. Tonight I will close that order out with this hostess code, but again, tomorrow is the last day to get those $5 coupons. But before I start showing you some of the cards I made with the GNOME stamp set, I did want to show you the perfectly plaid stamp set that matched with the pine tree punch. This stamp set and punch are both, they're back. I believe this one is actually in the annual catalog, so you could have seen it in the annual, but I made so many cute things with it last year. I want to make sure that if you didn't get it last year, that you remember that this is still available, which I love when they continue some stamps so we can play with them more. This is a super easy card. That punch alone is just worth it to have that tree punch. Here I stamped it in the plaid stamp and then punched out, and it's got the ho 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 on there. This one, the paper's retired, but we had this kind of chunkier snow glitter, which is kind of fun. So with any designer paper, you can dress it up and still just punch out a tree. This one's super simple with just designer paper. Last year, it's awesome. I loved our buffalo check for the plaid designer paper. This is stamped in kind of rainbow colors and with just different strips of color in the background. This one, the background is embossed, and then I did heat emboss that gold tree. You can see it's kind of sparkly. Here's a few trees in a row, and I did actually use my sewing machine to sew through the bottom ones, and then I popped up, I think I layered like three of the trees there in a row. Here I used embossing paste and then one of our other guys in the background behind it. So it looks involved, but it was pretty simple. This is actually one of my downline made with a bunch of trees clustered together. Very traditional Christmas colors with some of our plaid paper. And this was one that I made and created for one of my Christmas card classes. Again, pretty simple with the plaid paper and a little bit of glimmer paper. And then I also discovered and loved that I could make a gnome, and this is why I'm kind of showing you this stamp set as well, because last year gnomes were really big, and it was really pretty simple. I used the tree punch for the hat and the beard on these gnomes, and then I just cut out a little body. So you could cut that out any shape really that you wanted. So kind of cute way, a different way to use that tree punch. Here it is just punched, and then I cut the bottom at a little angle. Obviously you're cutting the trunk of a tree off, and I cut it at a little angle so it looks a little more like a hat. And I love our photopolymer stamp sets because the plaid tree I stamped, but I gave it a little bend before I stamped it even, so when I cut it out, it had a little bend to it. So this tree punch got a lot of use out last year, and I'm continuing to use it, and I think it pairs with this gnome set pretty well. So that's kind of why I wanted to show you the perfectly plaid stamp set first. So all that to say, and talking about different seasons, I haven't completely put this card together, but to show you summary, isn't this guy so cute? So I just used one of my circle dies to cut out of the lighter blue. I believe that's Pool Party. And so to make a little window. And I just sponged some color with my crumb cake and a little bit of the Misty Moonlight. And to get this gnome to look more beachy, I colored him with a little bit of a darker, so it was actually a really light brown, but so it looks darker than just the pale sheepskin. And I actually drew a little line with my Stampin' Right marker, so I used not the paint tip, but the thinner tip, and drew little lines there so it looks like he's wearing swim trunks. And then I also, because this gnome has snowflakes on his hat, I didn't want snowflakes on a summery gnome, again I used the paint tip, so the thicker end, to color right on the stamp image, but I just didn't color over the snowflakes. And then I just used stripes, or I used my blends to make stripes on his hat. And this is fun when you have multiple stamp sets, because I used the sailing home. So this is an awesome summer set. I love the lighthouse and the sailboats and the anchor. So I used that set to pair with this to make it like a more summery card. And before I put that down, I just wanted to add an anchor to the background. So I'm using soft suede. And I'm just going to stamp some anchors. Get that off the edge here. Just to make it kind of a fun background. And I don't know how I want to use this actually yet, so I'm not going to put a sentiment on it yet, because it could be like a congrats, graduation. It could be like happy retirement, you know, go enjoy sailing, fun one. It could just be a happy birthday. So that's where sometimes when I create cards, I'm not exactly sure how I want to use them yet. So it's okay to leave them blank if you don't know the purpose yet of your card. But isn't that a cute little summary card? So fun. And this is one of the new folders in the holiday catalog too. It matches with one of our, like the coffee cup. So I'm loving some of the new embossing folders. So guys, if you don't have a big shot, the die cutting machine is so worth to have, because it just does so many things and adds an extra level of professional look so easily. So this is why I love it. Okay, so there's a summary one. Here, just to kind of show and tell, is a fall one, and I used and kind of paired it with one of our plaid suits in the new catalog, and I'll kind of show that off. I will do a whole video on this Celebrate Tidings stamp set. I love stamp sets that have a little bit of everything here. So this has some borders that could work with Thanksgiving, fall time, harvest, Halloween, Valentine's Day, Christmas time, and then it has a few sentiments too. So very cute, and I love the dies. This is probably the biggest reason I got this this bundle, because these dies are awesome, and they will make awesome like tag toppers. So I will show you more with that later. Definitely. Another part of the suite is the seasonal plaids, and so that's where I've gotten the plaid paper from, and it's really awesome. I just love all these different plaids. So there's black and white that you could use for Halloween or anything, any occasion. There's grays, there's yellows, there's oranges, pinks. So I love all the variety. Very traditional holiday colors to non-traditional. So much fun. I love these. And they're 6x6, so I love how easy it is to cut into. Now, so if you didn't notice with this one, you know, this guy in the original thing has a mistletoe hanging from his hat and is carrying an ornament. But what I did was cut out a pumpkin from our Gather Together stamp set, which was in last holiday catalog, but it's also still current, which is awesome. So I cut out the little pumpkin, so he's carrying a pumpkin and looks like he's trick-or-treating. And then I also, after I trimmed off the designer paper to fit into a card, I had a little leftover piece, and I stamped his hat over the plaid paper. So if you see, this guy has already stripes on his hat. So I still just stamped in black, and then I was just able to cut out just the hat, so I'm not getting the mistletoe on there, and then he matches the background, which is kind of fun. Isn't that fun? And another fun thing, like I said about photopolymer, this border is a straight border, but what I did was took it and curved it. So because our photopolymer stamps are bendable, right away when I curved it, I stamped it kind of with that arch then in it instead of it straight on. So that's another fun thing you can do with your photopolymer stamps. So here, it's originally kind of a straighter stamp, but you can bend it however you want. So the photopolymer stamps definitely have some benefits to them. I love them. And then I heat embossed the happy haunting on there in white on black paper, and just used one of my rectangle stitch dies. So that's a fun fall one. So again, you're not having to use the gnomes in the traditional Christmas way. So I think it's fun to see different examples of how to use them different seasons. Okay, so we had, hey Chris, oh, you're driving down to Bloomington, your famous camping trip. Fun. Well, this is the perfect time to watch then. I just did this beachy, fun, summery one with the gnomes, and here's a fall one. And here's another one that I'll just show and tell with Christmas. And one of our new snowflake bundles has this snowflake embossing folder, if you can see how fun that embossing is on it. And this is definitely more traditional then, because I was able to just stamp all of them in black, and I colored them in with blends. The little gnome girl is cute with her little Christmas tree on top. And I love this new little window border in that same snowflake bundle. It cut out all those snowflakes and that shape all together, so it was really easy to cut that out. I'll show you real quick. So these are some other pretty dies that come with that snowflake. But so this is the die I used with that snowflake stamp set and bundle, because it does already cut out just those snowflakes for you. So makes it nice and easy. Wasn't too much work to put that together. So I just put them, stamped a few of them in a row, and colored them in. Oh, it's fuzzy, huh? Maybe it's because you're driving. I hope that's because you're driving. I hope it's not on my end. I actually did get a new phone, Chris, so I'm hoping that's not on my end. Okay, now I'm going to actually show you a technique in how I made this cute little mushroom home. Because if you'll see in the stamp set, the original stamp is just the wood base there. So you can totally just use that too, and that would be fine to leave it. But I saw some other stamp sets out there in Pinterest that made, actually had a stamp, I think, of a mushroom home, and I thought, oh, how easily we could add a little mushroom top to that little wood house. So, if you're coming on, say hello. I'm so glad we've got a few people visiting me today. So this is a really fun, if you guys don't have blends markers, I would highly recommend blends markers with this stamp set. Hey Holly. Alright. You work out and come back and join me later. That'd be awesome. Okay, so I'm stamping this over to the side. And again, it's a cute stamp, so you wouldn't necessarily have to add a little mushroom top. It's cute by itself. It really is. But if you want to step it up, it's really not too hard. And I did, again, use my Stampin' Right marker, or if you even have just a regular, like a thicker black pen, you could use either. And you could do it a couple different ways. You could make the bottom and then balloon it out like a different mushroom shape. But I'm going to show you, hey Candy, thanks. I'm going to show you the easiest way to do the mushroom, which is literally just a big oval. So I'm going off the edge. I'm going to go off to the side both ways. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then for my bottom, I just made a little curve. And I made a real thin other little line, so that kind of shows it's the bottom part, the underneath of your mushroom. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I also drew a line kind of over the bottom of the tree there. Okay? And then, just again using my marker, I'm just making little lines. They don't have to be perfect again, but that's kind of showing. I looked at a couple pictures of mushrooms, so it's not like I just drew this without looking at anything. There's some other stamps out there too that had mushroom houses. And then I just made a few little spots on my mushroom to give it a little bit of extra texture. Put a little spot over here too. So isn't that fun? That's a cute way to make a little mushroom. Now, say I wanted to make this one look a little bit more fall. We could mix up the colors and do something different. Let's see. So I could use Cajun Craze instead of this one. I kept There's No Place Like GNOME for the Christmas Season. I kept this with more Christmassy colors, the blue and the reds and greens. Where this one, if we wanted to keep it with more fall colors, I could color in the mushroom top with my Cajun Craze. And this is where, when you are coloring with your blends, I don't know what the right way is. I usually start with my light and get it, actually I didn't always start with light. A lot of times I started with dark. So I don't think there's a right or wrong way. But when you start with the light color and you just get the whole base colored, then you can go back with your dark and color over. And I'll show you, just with the blends markers, it's just so much fun, because then when you come in with the dark, you get that shading. So here's where I will add some shading. So I'm going to go from the top down to the bottom, kind of going this way, and I'll kind of make it get lighter as it goes. So there's no rhyme or reason to where you want the shading either. Now the thing to do, oh, it's going on and off. I hope this isn't on my part. I just got a new phone, guys. It shouldn't be me. The sound is going on and off for you, Sherry? I'm sorry. That's weird. I'll have to look into that. I mean, it is kind of a cloudy day. So now I'm blending with my light back into the dark and then kind of bleeding it all together. And that is where you get some of that shading. Now I'm coloring over all the dots, but really lightly, and that kind of gives it some of that texture. And then I keep going with the lighter color. So the blends are really fun to color. Now you could use, if you have watercolor pencils, if you have just your aqua painters and water painters, you can color a lot of different ways, but I really do like the blends for coloring. And you do want scrap paper underneath, because it does bleed through a little bit. The blends markers are the alcohol based, so you don't want to be coloring right on like a wood surface. It could actually wear away at some of your finish, because again, it has an alcohol base, so be careful with that. But they're a lot of fun to color with. So with this one, I could make a fall one that looked a little bit more fallish and do similar. I could cut out a pumpkin again and make him look fallish, like that one. So I won't bore you with coloring the whole thing, but I wanted to show you how I made that mushroom. It's so cute. Let's see, another one. I'm getting close to the end. I wanted to kind of keep it quick. I know it's summertime. Everybody's got stuff to do. I've got to make pizza dough. We're having people over tonight as well. We've had people over like every night this week. So here's a cute one. He was one of the first cards actually that I made with this gift set. I really wanted to make this girl look like not Christmassy. So I did some sponge blending with two different colors. I used Calypso Coral and then our peach color, what is that, Petal Pink. Right on shimmer white paper. So I started with the shimmer white. Remember, I talk about shimmer white a lot because I love this, the sparkly white paper. It's some of our specialty paper. And then coming back to the Christmas, that pine tree punch. I used this pine tree punch to punch off. I just used the tip of it to make her hat. So instead of using her little, because she's got the Christmas tree hat, I didn't want to use that, and I also didn't want the little holly berries on her apron. So I'm going to show you quick using our the black marker again. This is a fun way to omit what you don't want to have, and I've done this with lots of different stamp sets. And I'm sorry to say that the black Stampin' Right marker, it is one of the markers you can order individually, but somehow in shipping, these had to get relabeled because they got stuck in a different country or something, and the labels were all wrong or something. Something weird with the whole COVID-19 and coronavirus and where it got stuck and what warehouse it was at for a while. So I love my Stampin' Right marker, the black one. But if you don't have the black one, you could use a dark, like the early espresso too, just a dark one if you don't have the black. But the markers are a great way to omit what you don't want to show up on your paper. So you see, I just colored what I wanted, and I'm going to stamp her down. And then I've got her and her apron, but I didn't get the holly berries. And now I just need to cut around her. And again, when I have shown you me fussy cutting, which is what this is called when you, like, for real cut it out and there's no dye, I just try to leave a little bit of a border around her when I'm cutting. Because then again, when you leave a little bit of a border, people aren't focusing, and I'm actually going to use or leave a little bit of space for me to glue her hat onto. But when you leave a little bit of space, people are just drawn to the stamped image, and they don't look exactly at how awesome your edges are. They focus more on the cute little stamp. Isn't it? It sounds like a fan's on. Shoot. That used to happen. That happened to me a long time ago. Remember, Chris? When it sounded like there was a waterfall? Do you remember that, Chris? That was like last year. It was like for 2 months. It sounded like there was something behind me. I don't know. That's so weird. Because this is a new phone. That's frustrating. Okay. So, this is her cut out. I'll try to speak up a little bit since you're hearing some fuzzy noise in the background. Hopefully that won't last for a couple months like it did before. Okay, I'm going to show you in different colors now. We're going to use, I've got Coastal Cabana and then Bermuda Bay, so we're going to use those same colors to sponge. So I've got my Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay. I'm going to start with the darker color, and I really just want to do that around the edges. I don't want to get too far into it with the Bermuda Bay one. Again, I'm starting to sponge like off the edges and then moving in circular motion. This doesn't have to be perfect. And you'll see when we start sponging in the lighter color, it kind of blends those two colors together. So you want to do it fairly quick so that you do get the blending of the colors together, if that makes sense. And then I'll even take my Bermuda Bay while I have it and go really heavy right against the edge. That gives it a real deep outside edge. Okay, so that's the Bermuda Bay. Now I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana. the Coastal Cabana, I'm kind of starting on the outside edge too, but I'm blending it in with the Bermuda Bay. Still moving in circular motions and kind of blending those colors together. This is where I feel like the shimmer white cardstock blends better than some of our other cardstock. That's why I typically end up using it with the shimmer white. And see, I'm not even going to the inside. I'm kind of wanting to leave the center looking bright and white. Okay, so I'm going to go around in that kind of oval shape that I want. Isn't that fun? Yes. When it happened to me a while ago, I didn't really do anything. I just kept going in and out, and I took Facebook off my phone and back on a few different times, and one day it just wasn't doing it anymore. Okay, so she's going to get popped up there because I cut her out. I love the little sentiments, you're a friend like no mother, because again, that's a sentiment you can use at any time of the year. So I'm going to stamp that again. I'll have her there, stamped in our Memento Black. And it's just such a cute sentiment, and she's so cute, isn't she? Oh my goodness. She's adorable. And I love green and pink, or purple together. So I thought I would make her apron be purple. Again, I'm starting with the light. And there's a few different colors you could use for their skin. I had an old ivory one, but our petal pink one could work as well. I'm going to make under her arms a little darker and go down that side, and then her top. And then I'll blend that in again. And her hair will make, I think this is the Cinnamon Cider, yeah. Cinnamon Cider is one of our new in colors. So she's got cinnamony hair. She looks good enough to eat, but I won't eat her. Add a little darker in there too. And if I can find my, this is a different pink, but that's all right. Make her, well, I think I colored in her shoes with the cinnamon too. And if you want to give her even cute little rosy cheeks, I would pull out my thin tip of my Calypso Coral. And that seemed to be like, whoa, really dark. So I'm going to blend that in with the pink again. And that kind of lightened it up a little bit. Isn't she so cute? Oh my goodness. So adorable. And now, with the punch, I can just punch off a tip. I won't even need that much. There. I think I used, so I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll just make a little edge to that. You know what, I think I should go to that one. Make it a little wavy there. And because I've already got ink on my sponge, I'll just also sponge around the edges. If you wanted to step it up even more, you could totally put this through like an embossing folder. I think I did, yes, I did with this hat. I put it through the subtle embossing folder. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to use one of the and I'm back. This is another one of the folders from that coffee cup holder. I forget what it's called. It's in a duo pack. But isn't that so cute? So just adds some little bumps to it. And then I can add a little glue dot. Actually, I'll put it right there on her. We're going to cover that up with the hat. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness. And then we can pop her up with a couple dimensionals under her body there, and then under her hat. And that will definitely keep holding her together too. And then we can pop her right there. And your friend like gnome other. Now this one I did add the hearts that's from the whale stamp set that I'm going to show you. I'm not sure what I would want to add on this one yet. I may still add some flowers or something on this one. But isn't that cute? And then you could just add that on. This is the Coastal Cabana. And get that nice crease. Put that on there. And you're a friend not like no mother. Isn't that so cute? Oh my goodness. And I did add a little flower on her hat there too. That was a retired little flower punch. So any little, you could just add a little sequin or something on her hat too. But isn't she so adorable? Oh my goodness. So again, definitely different seasons. You can use this for so many different things, not just Christmas. Again, I'm not sure how long my battery is going to last here, which is a bummer because I thought with a new phone this would last longer. Okay. With this one, I could add the tree in the background. And I'm using shaded spruce, and this is again from that plaid paper. And this would be another case where I stamp a few in the background. I think that actually, since I stamped that further down, I'm going to trim that off real quick. That's a little better. And then I want to stamp one of my shaded spruce trees right on the same color paper. Punch that out. I'm telling you, this stamp set is so cute. If you don't have this perfectly plaid stamp set, it's worth it to have. That one could be popped up over top. And this little curve die is actually from one of our new pine dies, and I'll do a whole video on that one too. because there's some awesome dies in there. I thought I had the die over, oh, here it is. So it just looks like a little snowy hill. That comes in one of our another bundle. I know, there's so many choices. So many choices. So I'd probably pop that up, and use, maybe I'll use the guy with the snowflake hat. And him, I would just have to stamp in black, and then I could color him in, cut him out, just like I did the other one. And this guy, because it's a wintry, I'm using Christmassy colors, I would keep everything on him. His little bell on top, he's just so cute. Isn't he so adorable? Then I could just color him in, cut him out, pop him on there. And I don't know, what sentiment would I do? There's no place. A little Christmas wish, maybe. So I could definitely stamp this on there. I will show the finished card, but just so you saw the majority of what I did. And because you already watched me fussy cut the little girl out, I'm not going to have you watch me fussy cut this guy out. But there is just a few ideas of what you can do. And again, when you have other stamp sets that you can kind of pair with a stamp set, it just opens the door for so many more things for you to do. Isn't that cute? So that's not finished, but I will show you the picture. So a little review with our GNOME for the holidays. You can do so many different things with this stamp set. It's just so cute, isn't it? You can make it any occasion. Of course, Christmas is very fitting because almost all of the stamped images or the sayings with it, holly jolly, everything are definitely more Christmassy. But you can make it a fall mushroom or a Christmas wintry mushroom and some sponging there. Here's a Halloween card with it, and even a summary card with the gnome when you omit the snowflakes on his hat. So that is cute. Do you like that? What's one of your favorite ones there? I don't know. I don't know if I could choose either, but they're all cute, aren't they? Oh my goodness. So cute. GNOME for the holiday stamp set. It's fun to play with. I'm going to probably have some more cards in the future that I will show. So there's one, and starting August, which is just around the corner, people, you will soon be able to see the holiday catalog. So next week, on my birthday, yes, it's going to be my birthday, next Wednesday, I will be at normal time, and of course all of them, yes, Chris. I will actually be able to flip through the whole holiday catalog on Wednesday because it will be August. It will be time that you can actually start ordering from the holiday catalog, which is so exciting. And so I'll flip through that quick, but then we will also focus on the whale stamp set, and then we'll look at one other holiday catalog bundle too. So we're going to look at two different stamp sets, because the whale stuff was so popular, it was kind of on back order for a while, but I think they've got more stuff in. So I hope you liked my little look, my fun look at the GNOME for the holiday, and some of the fun things you can do with all those cute little images. I will take pictures and put them on my page so you can kind of see all of them. So I'm just here to help you, inspire you, get out your stuff. I hope you find time to craft. I know summertime's harder for me too, when I've got flowers to water and a garden to tend to. And sad news, I wasn't going to share this, but sad news, our chickens got attacked by something. So I've been a little sad this week. We were like 2 weeks away from getting eggs, and I think a hawk or a raccoon, something got into our chicken run and ate all of our chicken. They disappeared. I'm so sad. So this is an escape for me, and I hope that it's an escape for you, because I'm sure some of you are dealing with other craziness and with the whole coronavirus stuff, and sometimes my heart just gets so sad. But I love this. Hopefully it's an escape for you, and you have fun looking at colors and brightness. And so I pray that for you guys, that you can find time to rest and play and laugh even in these crazy times. So hopefully I'm a little bit of an escape for you when you come watch on. Thanks, guys, for joining me. And yes, all of them, Chris. It's very sad. I cried. Anyhow, so you guys all take care. Love you much. Thank you so much for coming on a different day, on a Thursday rather than Wednesday. But next week, on my birthday, I will be there. Same bat time, same bat channel at 2:30. Thanks, guys. Have a blessed day. Bye.